Works with processors, producers, and consumers, helping identify markets and concepts for marketing of livestock products. She also works closely with FFA and 4-H. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mackenzie Wara.
Was really lucky to be asked to be part of this group and then to also introduce the FFA and 4-H groups because that is near and dear to my heart. I am a 4-H alum. I started 4-H when I was, I believe, they didn't even have clover buds, but they kind of like snuck the 7-year-olds into the room. So I started when I was 7, 8 years old, and all the way through, and now I'm a volunteer for Otsego County 4-H. But also, FFA is also very near and dear to my heart. Even though we did not have an FFA chapter, I wish I always wanted to be a part of that. So I do believe that both of these groups are the future of our agricultural industry. I'm going to bring up 3 wonderful, wonderful students here. 3 students that are part of the livestock industry and, of course, a part of the ag industry, but also are looking at the future of staying in agriculture. They're not just here for the fun of it, they're here for the duration of it. They're going to be lifers in the ag industry. So I'm going to bring up Alan Barola, did I say it right? Yes, perfect. And Nathan Hay, who are part of the Otsego-Richmondville FFA. They are both seniors. And I'm also going to bring up Megan Wilmot from Cherry Valley Springfield, and she is part of the Otsego Gone Goating 4-H Club, and she is also a senior. So please welcome them, and they're going to introduce themselves, and I'm going to ask them a couple questions.
Good morning, or good afternoon, whichever it is the morning. My name is Alan Barola, and I'm the president for the Otsego-Richmondville FFA chapter. And
I'm Nathan Hay. I'm the vice president for the Otsego-Richmondville FFA chapter.
So I'm Megan Wilmot. I'm not an FFA. My school is not able to have an FFA, but I have been actively involved in 4-H for 11 years and done a lot in that.
Basically, I'd like to go over the highlights of the benefits of what FFA has brought to our community and how fortunate we are to have it. Obviously, some people in their communities don't have it, which is unfortunate, but for communities such as Otsego, we have it through the school, so it's relatively small and everybody knows each other, and we do lots of community events. We have community service and public events. We do some public speaking, attend public conventions and events. We have competitions, like we have district level, state level, and national level, which Nathan and myself just came back from national convention last Sunday, and we were fortunate to place 24th out of 43 teams in the agriculture mechanics, and that just goes to show the opportunities FFA has to offer for anybody, whether if you're from a farm background or if you're just, a kid who's interested in agriculture.
So in 4-H, I'm part of the livestock part of it. I've been in 4-H since I was 11. I've been showing dairy goats and meat goats, cattle, market hogs, market lambs. I've been involved in the Otsego County livestock auction. And that's really given kids a part in being able to talk to public and keep records and understand how the industry works as an adult and how you're going to have to actually do business. Along with that, I was able to go to Kentucky with the New York State livestock skill-a-thon team. So that's where things really opened up for me. We went down there and you learned about you judge hay, you have to understand different parts of the industry, you understand the people, you have to know knowledge, and that's really where I discovered the large amount of agriculture, and it's not just New York and what's outside of New York and how everything is combined. And so really keeping all those things together it's really opened my eyes to what I can actually do. Along with that, 4-H is also an opportunity for children who want to be involved in an aspect, but maybe not livestock. So there's sewing clubs, there's robotics, there's things that can get kids involved that aren't just animals. So it shows the other sides of the agriculture industry as well. Other than that, yeah.
So I'm also involved in 4-H and FFA. I show beef cattle, pigs, and I've shown sheep a couple of years. And as I was saying, it's a great opportunity. I've gotten to get out and see lots of cool stuff. Our national trips for FFA was awesome. We got to see all sorts of stuff outside of New York. We visited a place that grows corn for making ethanol. We visited a dairy farm that milks 3,500 cows. We visited a beet farm in New York. It was an awesome experience. We got to see how big agriculture is outside of New York.
Sure. Like a national convention, for example, there were tons of kids there from all over the country. I mean, we were seeing FFA jackets from Hawaii and Alaska, and honestly, I didn't think they had FFA in Hawaii, but I guess they do. So, you know, the connections, which are the most valuable for any child going through these organizations. Meeting new friends, people with same interests, even people with different interests. You can learn more about different areas of the field, and just some amazing people out there. And it's not just FFA, of course. As Nate said, he's in 4-H as well as myself. I feel that in our community, the 4-H and FFA very similar in how it's organized and the type of people that are in it. Although they are different, I feel that in the end they come together and get the same goal across. Like community service, competitions, connections. It's all what helps us to grow up and help us pursue what we truly want to do. And for me, at least, that's agriculture.
So my favorite question, we're going to also open this up to you guys, but my favorite is, would each one of you tell me one of your favorite memories, favorite stories of your travel? Because you've all traveled out of New York City. So tell me one fun thing that you did, one fun thing that you learned.
So for me, my favorite memory in FFA was something that just happened last week, and that was definitely going on the national trip. As Alan was saying, we got to meet tons of people. There was 67,000 kids who were at the convention, and it was crazy to see. Each day you would meet new kids, and then the next day you would never even see them again because there were so many kids. For me, that was my favorite part, just seeing how many kids are interested in agriculture and where it can go from there.
Like Mr. Hay, I would also have to agree that national convention last week was probably one of the best out-of-state trips I've ever experienced. Not only just nationals, you know, obviously states led up to it. Basically just competing in something, you know what you're competing in, but you don't know what the topics are going to be or the specific tasks. So for us, we had agricultural mechanics, which is very broad, and we knew it could be, some of the things could be irrigation or land surveying or breaking down an engine, but we really didn't know exactly what we were going to do. So just between contacting local people such as college professors and people who just wanted to help us out so we can be prepared for the competitions, between all of that, getting prepared and going out and doing it in a place where we have no idea where we are and no idea who the people are, it was just really amazing, and it's a memory you really can't trade off for anything else. It's priceless, and I highly recommend it to anybody, and extremely fortunate we got to do it.
So, like I stated before, I traveled to Kentucky, and while I was at Kentucky, I actually was at the NILE, which is the North American International Livestock Exposition. There's people from all over the country that are there exhibiting their animals. So for me, the big part was going from shows where I show locally, and I show it statewide, and I show at large shows. Even me thinking those were big shows, to go down to this large show and see animals everywhere and see all these people from everywhere coming together to promote what they do and promote what they love. That was a great experience to me, especially even for the kids that were there with the livestock industry. For us that were there and learning, we were there to compete, but we were there and we were soaking everything in. And for that, it was just great to actually be able to experience that and be able to see the broad amount of what everything is in this country and being able to see where that goes. So, yeah, especially just getting to see those and understanding how big it is and how much it is to do it. So that's.
And last but not least, how has 4-H and FFA impacted you toward this future of ag that you're planning to see? And also, Megan, you need to explain why you're wearing a crown. Because, you a queen? Alright, so how has 4-H and FFA impacted you to pursue your agricultural careers after today?
Well, my end goal is to pursue a career in dairy farming, and I'd say 4-H and FFA have a big part in my inspiration, not to mention my father and my grandfather who have brought me up dairy farming. But like I said, the connections, the people you meet, it's just, it's a nice feeling to know that you have people on your side who are going through exactly what you're going through. The events through 4-H, like showing, showing cows and talking with people and doing what you love, and, you can't replace it. It's just, I feel that 4-H and FFA have strengthened my relationships and abilities to go out beyond just the farm to pursue my career in agriculture.
For me, 4-H and FFA really opened my eyes as to how big agriculture really is. Before that, I've always been interested in it, but when I got really interested into FFA and 4-H, getting to travel all around the state, the country for that matter, I really got to see how big it is and how much room there is to grow. And for me, that's what's really opened my eyes to it, and it's made me want to pursue a career in ag business. And in the next fall, I'm going to go to Otsego for ag business. So it's really 4-H and FFA, like Alan was saying, it's the connections, getting to meet new people, talk to people from all over the place, and their farms and what they do is really the best part of it for me.
So first of all, a big crowd. I am Otsego County's Dairy Princess this year. I was introduced to the program through 4-H, and people saying, "Oh yeah, you should come in and help spread the word about farming." So what we do there is we go to different parts. We're around the community a lot. We're speaking to youth. We're speaking to adults. We're speaking to people who might not quite understand what the dairy industry is. We talk about nutrition and drinking milk and having those dairy products, but also how they understand the dairy production. So we speak of animal care and how farmers are stewards for the land and how they take care of their land. And so that program has really kind of come back in with me with 4-H. It's helped a lot with me being able to speak to public and understand where the boundary is on how to talk to people and how not to be overbearing and how to teach people without them being scared of you. But along with that, 4-H has really just opened me up as a person even. I used to not talk. I used to not want to be involved with other things. And I've really opened up, and actually my future has actually been changed by me going to state fair. I was at a competition, I was showing animals, and I had a man come up to me and talk to me about a future. So hopefully I'll be going to Penn State next year, and I'll be on their livestock judging team, and I'll be continuing to work through this and develop different skills and different goals of talking to people and really working on the animal science side of it and staying in agriculture. So.
Perfect. So is there any questions from the audience before we go to our big group? All right, well, I want to thank all three of you. Really appreciate it. I'm just very excited again as an alum, but also still in the educational. I work for Cornell, and I am so proud of the three of you. Thank you so much. You are our future of ag, and keep up the good work. I'm very proud of all three of you.